If you looked at the community post, you'll find out what I mean. So I'm just gonna cut it short. I haven't been posting recently because I was on vacation last week and then I was resting from that and I was procrastinating. So yeah. Anyways, today I am going to show you my full phone collection. There is smartphones in there. I just didn't grab them out. I will do that right now. Alrighty. There we go. So, gotta move the. Hold on a little more. There we go. And I think it's already lagging out because my internet is terrible. It can't handle live streams, I guess. So, anyways, let's get started. First phone is the LG Select. This one's on Metro PCS, and this phone does work. Next up is the Samsung SDH. Let me find out what this is. I'll show you what the model is. I am walking around when doing this. It is an SCHR 500. And yeah, this phone does work. Alrighty, we will boot it up now. I will be turning off these phones to conserve battery, so I'm gonna do this right now. We shall turn it off. This thing vibrates every time when it makes a beat to this jingle on here. Pretty sweet. Alrighty. Next up is the Sanyo Katana. This phone is untested. I don't have a charger for this thing. Next up is the Motorola W376G. This one's on track phone and it works. I think it's dead. No, wait, never mind. It isn't. It is not dead at all. I thought it was dead. Next up is the LG 200C. This phone does work. I'll show you the startup. If my phone will focus. Alrighty. Next up is the LG VX6100. This phone does work. The cool thing is that you can change the startup and shut down on screens with your phone wallpaper or photos. Pretty neat. I wish all phones had that. But anyways, I'll show you what I show you what I have on the shutdown screen. That was just a meme that I put on there. It was usually my profile picture on YouTube and other social media platforms like Twitter. Follow me on there. It is Joseph's Technology. Alrighty, next up is the LG VX 8300. This phone does work. I'll turn this off. Forget to do that. Let me shut this one off real quick. Next up is the LG Shine CU 720. This phone does work. I need a charger for this thing. It worked on another LG battery, but it doesn't really fit in, but it matches the terminals though. I forgot which phone it is, but we'll get to it later. But yeah, the battery's dead though, so yeah, I can't test it. But it does work though. Next up is the Samsung. See what kind of model it is. I will show you. This phone is an SCH R311, and it does work. I haven't seen it in past videos because it got lost between the bed and the window. I actually found it there along with the Gusto 1. So yeah, you'll be able to see it more. Alrighty. Now we will power it on. Sorry for the little minor shaking. I accidentally bumped my hand into the tripod. My tripod is too short for it to reach the bed, so I just used my desk chair and then just put it on top of it. Pretty smart idea. Problem is it's not stable. So I gotta keep it from toppling. Next up is the Sanyo VI 2100. This phone does work. The battery's dead. I don't have the charger for it. Next up is the Sanyo SCP 3100. I was trying to say it properly, but no, I did. This phone is untested. I don't have a charger for it or the proper charger for it. So yeah. I don't have the car charger for this phone, but it won't work when it's plugged in. The phone probably doesn't recognize it. That's probably why. Probably the wrong type. Next up is the Samsung Upstage. This phone does work. The battery is probably dead though. Yeah, the screen is awfully terrible on here. It was like that when I got it. The screen's probably gone bad, that's why. If I had to see it better, then I'd have to replace it. That's gonna be a pain because these old ones are hard to fix. And I'm not really gonna do that because it's not worth doing. Alrighty. Next up is this LG 220C. This one does work. really laggy on the startup screen. Next up is one of the Alcatel one-touch cinches. This is one of them. It's either the unknown carrier one or the Assurance Wireless one. We'll find out in a few seconds. This is the unknown carrier one. The other one's in there somewhere. You will see it later. Next up is the Samsung SPH M300. This one does work. The majority of these are LG and Samsungs in this one. We'll power this one off now. If it decides to. Alrighty. Next up is one of the LG Revere ones. They both work. This is one of them. The other one you can see in that one in the distance. Yeah, this one has a dead battery, but the other one doesn't. It's either that or the battery isn't working. Hello, Interstate 95 official. And here's the one that does work. I have two of these. Yeah, the other one, the first one that you saw was dead, but this one isn't. Man, already 12 minutes in and we already counted. Let me count how many phones. Real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We only have 17 phones in this one, and we're already 13 minutes in. So if I want to get this done in a shorter time, I gotta speed it up. But I'm not in any rush right now, so yeah. I'll be able to finish this at any time. So now moving on to the next one. Next up is the Samsung Gusto 1. This phone does work. I had this one for 6 years. It's pretty much the start of this phone. Actually I do. I only have the Galaxy Note 2, which, as you can see, it's in that drawer with the smartphones. These are drawers from my nightstand. But anyways, yeah, I have them sorted out. So yeah, that was a very excellent question. Next up is the. Yeah, and you will see it later. Yeah, I got it like a year ago. But anyways, next is the LG Cosmos 3. I think that's what it is. By the looks of it, I think. You can tell by an old phone by the looks of it, kind of. Yeah, you can tell what kind of phone it is by the looks of it. Yeah, pretty sweet lesson. That way you'll be able to know or try to guess. Yeah. I'm going to set this one to the side because these take forever to turn on. Okay, never mind. I guess it decided to speed up. Power this one off. Well, my camera is way out of focus. Next up is the Samsung Omnia One. This is a Windows phone. Very old one. I had this one for quite a long time, probably since 2018. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that. I think that's what it is because on some of them I can't remember when I got them. The LG 1010s were the first. Well, here's a quick story. The first flip phones that were in my collection were the two LG 1010s. I had them since like 2015. Old news wallpaper. Alrighty. Next up is the Orbic Journey. I got this one at McKay's like last year. So yeah. If you don't know what McKay's is, it's a bookstore. It's a bookstore that sells DVDs and electronics and music. Also toys as well. It's a pretty amazing place. You should really check that out. It's also where I got that Samsung Galaxy A32 5G, which you'll see later in the video when I get to the smartphones. Yeah, this one is on Verizon. Alright, let me give you a quick recap on the carriers that they're on these phones right here. Starting with this one. This one was on Verizon. 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 Sprint. Unknown carrier. I think it's unlocked. I don't really know. Track phone. These three phones are on Sprint. US Cellular. AT&T. These two are on Verizon. Track phone, as you can. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, as you can see on the bottom right there. Yeah. Track phone. Sprint. Alto. And Metro PCS. Yeah. Anyways, moving on to the next phone. I will mention these carriers when I tell you what kind of phones they are. This one is a Nokia 3120B. This one is on Singular, and this phone does work. You're gonna have to listen on this one, it's really quiet. Yeah. This phone does work. It uses the same charger as the Nokia 6061, which I will show you later in the video when I get to it. Next up is the Samsung. Nothing much, but anyways, this one is the Samsung Trance. This is the red one. I had this one for like probably 1 or 2 years ago. Oh, you do? Sweet. Yeah. Anyways, this phone does work. The battery is dead. I have not charged this in a long time, so that's how I know it's dead. Actually, I bought it from eBay. Oh yeah, I actually did buy it from Loot Hive. Yeah, I did. So yeah, it was like 1 or 2 years ago. It was like in spring. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Anyways, moving on to the next phone. Next up is the Motorola Razr 2 V9. This is the M one. This one is on Sprint. It does work. I just need a battery for it. I don't really have one. So yeah. Moving on to the next phone. Did I mention it was on Sprint? I think I did. I don't really know. Anyways, what phone should I do next? Actually, how about this one? This is the Nokia. What is this thing? Hold on. There's a thumbnail port to open this. Just gotta find it. There it is. I'll tell you what it is. This one is an RM1035. And this one does work. It has a T-Mobile. I guess this one is I guess this one's either on T-Mobile or it's an unlocked one, and it just has a T-Mobile SIM card in there. It's awfully quiet with the startup sound. I think I was like either 9 or 10 when I started collecting them. And before I posted them to YouTube, trust me, you would not want to see those videos. I think for me, in my opinion, they're probably cringe. So yeah, I don't really post cringe stuff on there. So yeah. Next up is the LG AX300. This one's on Autel. And this phone does work. I haven't charged it in a while and it still isn't dead. Alrighty. Yeah. Anyways, moving on to the next phone. Next up is the Sony Ericsson Z310A. This one's on AT&T, and it does work. It had this little dot right here. I think I had this one like either 2 or 3 years ago. I can't really remember when I got it. Okay, this battery's about dead, so I'm gonna turn it off. Okay, yeah. It has this little lightning thing on there, so I guess the battery probably just died. So yeah. Yeah, I guess it just died, so yeah. Because it just turned off on me before I turned it off. Anyways, next up is the Samsung SGH HS125G. This one does work. That just instantaneously went to the TracFone logo. So yeah, it started its jingle. Like, it instantaneously did it. So yeah, now we'll turn it off. This thing is really fast with its startup and shutdown. This one's on TracFone. Well, Samsung startups nowadays, they take forever to turn on. I guess it's the battery life on it. So yeah. Next up is the Motorola i335. This one does work. I don't think I have a battery in it right now. Next up is the Motorola Clutch. It does work. It's on Boost Mobile. I forgot to mention this one. This one is on Nextel. I think the battery's probably dead. It's probably nearly dying. Not only that these Motorola phones are delicate, that the batteries suck on them. Yeah. Next up is the Samsung. Hold on. I think it's one of the A series. I thought I turned this thing off. Keeps turning itself back on. Alrighty. When did I start? Hold on. Alright. Yeah, 2018 I started doing it. Yeah. But anyways, this Samsung phone, it is on Sprint. So here it is right here. I don't know if I can see it because this camera won't focus. Hold on. I'll just read it and I'll tell you. It's an SPH A900. And this phone does work. I just need a charger for it. I mean, with that Motorola back there, I think it tried to turn itself on. I think it turned itself back on. And I thought I turned it off. But anyways, yeah. It does work. I just need a charger for it. So the battery's dead. Next up is the Alcatel A206G. This one's on TracFone. I do not have a battery for it, so I can't test it. Next up is the Kyocera Presto. Wait a minute. I don't think this one has a battery. It's either that the battery's dead or... Okay, this is why. It doesn't have a battery. I don't feel like changing them around, so... Anyways, it's in the Kyocera flip phone, but I will show you that later. Sometimes I keep on forgetting what kind of brands these phones are. This one is a Samsung. Hold on just a second. I forgot what this one is. And this one is the one that has a battery in it, but it's dead, so I can't turn it on. So, yeah. This one is a SDH A870. It does work. There's another one in there, but both of them work. Yeah, the battery's dead, so I can't turn it on. Next up is the LG Accolade. This phone works just fine. Although I was about to say disclaimer on that, but I'll tell you that when I get it onto the smartphones. Yeah, that was really quiet. I guess I had the volume turned down low. So yeah. This one is on Verizon. Metro. What am I? Man, what am I stupid? This is Verizon. Metro PCS. track phone. I already mentioned that one. But anyways, next up is the LG G4010. This one's on singular. And it does work. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it off. I think the battery's almost dead. Yeah, this phone does work. Next up is the Motorola Razr 1 V3M. This one's on Sprint. Similar to the other one, but yeah, it's kind of like the brother or sister of this one. I'm just gonna say the brother. But anyways, yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, this one does work. Next up is one of the LG 1010s. This is the very first flip phone in my collection. I had this one for 9 years. Works completely. The key labels are missing on this thing. Here's the other Alcatel cinch. This one's on Assurance Wireless. It is accompanied by Virgin Mobile. I know, I think those phones are rare or something like that. It definitely is epic. "32 minutes into the video." Hello to whoever joined. Or like just joined. My latest device, hold on, I'll show you. This is the latest one in my device. I got it like a few weeks ago. I got it like 2 weeks ago. So, yeah. It's on Verizon. I think this is one of the Samsung Galaxy J series. I think it's I don't really know. But I'm gonna charge this so that I'll be able to test it and show you that it works. So, I'll be right back. And I'm back. Now moving on to the next phone. Next up is either the LG Scoop or Rumor. This one's on US Cellular. Looks like it just came on. The latest Samsung phone, I have it charging and it says it's on 3%, so it might get increased by the time I come to it. Might be fully charged, who knows. Next up is the LG 325G. This one's on track phone. I think it just instantaneously went to the track phone logo with its jingle along with the S125G. Now powering this one off. Alrighty. Yeah, this one's on track phone. Next up is the LG 440G. This one's on track foam, and it does work. Wrong button, sorry. There's the track phone logo. The jingle will come on in a few seconds. The service was active, like, oh man, that service is long gone, buddy. Sorry. I mean, you ain't getting no service that, since it's like 3G, that's been long gone. Yeah. Next up is the LG MV1. Dare me to do an updated face reveal. I never switched back to Dare. Hello? Alrighty. This one is the LG MV1 on Verizon. Yup. Yeah. This one's untested, but because I don't have a charger, so I can't really test it. Next up is the LG Revere 3. This one's on US Cellular. That other phone that you just saw was on Verizon. I haven't gotten through that much phone, and I'm already 37 minutes into the video. Yeah. Oh, if I do get a charger for that LG MV1, then I'll show you it working if it decides to work. I don't know if it works or not, so I can't really tell. Anyways, moving on to the next phone. Next up is the Samsung SCH something. But I forgot because my memory is kind of stupid. But anyways, yeah. This one is this one's an SCH R470, and it does work. Yeah, this one's on US Cellular, and it does work. Kind of related to the other one that you saw earlier. Alrighty. Here's the Kyocera S2100, I believe. I don't really know. But this one's on Virgin Mobile. Yeah, it has the battery to that. As I was saying, because I got rudely interrupted by the jingle. But anyways, as I was saying, is that this one does have the battery to the Kyocera Presto that's on Metro PCS. Yeah, now we're gonna power it off. Alrighty, moving on to the next phone. And that one is the Nokia 6061 on Singular. And this phone does work. Yeah. Oh, you can skip the shutdown sound? Sweet. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty, moving on to the next phone. This one is the Kia Sarah something. This phone hardly works. The battery's bloated. I haven't thrown it out yet, but I might do that later. This one is the S1360. I think this one's the Jax. Other way around. Alrighty. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if this phone works or not. But since the battery's bloated, I guess it doesn't turn on because the battery doesn't work. I don't think I have a proper battery for it. It has an unknown carrier though. Next up is the Samsung SPH A620. This one's on Sprint. This one is untested because I have a proper charger for it. So yeah, I don't really know if it works or not, but it is on Sprint though. That's some random stickers, some kind of Pippi Longstockings, and then a Minnie Mouse one. And I can't really get them off because I've been trying to do that. Because it was like that when I got it. Trust me, it was. Next up is the Samsung Convoy 3. This one works. It's on Verizon. Alrighty. Moving on to the next phone. This one's the Qualcomm A100. Yeah, this one's on Cricket and it does work. I've been able to get this one to work because the charger takes a mini USB. I had that one thanks to the Olympus camera that I had. I mean, I still have it. It's just somewhere. But anyways, moving on to the next phone, which will be the Nokia 5610, I believe. This one is a 5160, which is also known as the Donald Duck phone, because you can change the faceplate on these things. This one's on AT&T. It does work, but only on the charger. So anyways, moving on to the next phone. This one's the Sanyo SCP-4900. This one's on Sprint. It is untested. It's because I don't have a proper charger for this thing. Yeah, so I'm guessing the battery's dead on this thing. But if I do get a charger, I really want to see it working. So anyways, moving on to the next phone. Next up is the This one's a Sony Ericsson Z530A, I think that's what it is. Oh, it's a 520A. This one is on an unknown carrier. I don't know what SIM card that is in there. Kind of looks like a T-Mobile one. But I don't know if it works or not. But anyways, moving on to the next one. Next up is the Sanyo SCP. No, wait, not SCP. PM8200. This one's untested. I don't have a proper charger for this thing. Oh yeah, it was like a month ago. So anyways, this one is the I'm out for summer. But anyways, yeah, so this one is the AudioVox CDM 8910. This one partially works. It kind of works for a few minutes, but it just shuts off after that. So I don't really know what's wrong with this thing, but it does work. I'm pretty sure it just has some kind of power failure on this. I think it has a power board failure. Maybe that's why. Moving on to the next phone though. This one is the LG VX 8350. This one does work. I had this one for 2 years. Yeah, I also bought this one in the summer as well. So anyways, I got it from eBay. But yeah, this phone does work. It's on Verizon. Nokia 6205. This one's on Verizon. And I don't have a battery for it, but it does work. How I know? Because I tested it with another Nokia battery. But anyways, moving on to the next one. This one is the Samsung Intensity 2. This one does work. I just need a battery for this thing. And I can't find one that fits it. But it is on Verizon though. Alrighty. The next two phones are the red and blue LG Zenons. They both work. This one has a bad screen, and I'm just gonna start off with this one because this one has a better one. I think the battery's nearly dead. So anyways, I'm just gonna set this one to the side while this one's powering on. The battery is nearly dead, so I'm gonna shut it off. May I turn it off, please? Thank you. I haven't charged this one in a while, so yeah. Anyways, moving on to the next phone, which is the Nokia. What is this phone? Yeah, this is the proper battery that would maybe fit in the 6205, but this one's on AT&T. This one's a 6102i. Yeah, the back doesn't really... It's easy for the back to come off because the back cover is broken. So yeah. I thought it was the battery that was bloated, but turns out it was just the back cover that was broken. But it does work. The screen is like messed up, so kind of hard to see. It's on AT&T though. So yeah, it does work though. The battery, the battery's dead though, and I don't have a charger for it. My favorite phone that I got, I'm probably going to say the. Hold on. Maybe the VX6100 because you can like change the startup and shut down screens with your photos. So yeah, I wish every phone had that though. So yeah, moving on to the next phone, which would be the Samsung Gusto 2. This one is on Verizon and it does not work. I don't know what happened to it. I guess the board probably fried I bet the board's fried or it failed. So yeah. Anyways, moving on to the next one, which is this Palm One Trio. Ooh. The only QWERTY phone that I have in this collection that isn't a slider phone. But this one is untested because I don't have a proper charger for this thing. So yeah, and it's on Sprint. So moving on to the next one. Next up is the other LG 1010. And this one only works on the charger. Next one is the ZTE. What is this thing? This one's an A210. So, yeah, that phone does work. Hold on, placed it in there wrong. Yeah, and these were one of the phones that don't have the branding on them. So, yeah. The main screen is messed up. The main screen, it doesn't really work, so I have to put it on this one. So you have to see it from the front. Anyways, okay, so yeah. Moving on to the next one. Next up is the Sprint Pocket PC. This one is a Windows phone. It does work because it's shown these. Yeah. Yeah, so anyways, this one is a Sprint Pocket PC. I think this one is a UT Starcom or something like that. Yeah, it does work since I saw these two flashing lights, one flashing light with the sign of life on it. Since I placed a charger in it, it takes a mini USB. So yeah, all I need is just a battery for it, and the back cover can come off easily because it's broken. So yeah, this one's on test, so it kind of works. I just need a battery for it. So moving on to the next phone. Here's the other Samsung SDH A870. This one's on Verizon, and I don't currently have a battery in it right now. So yeah, this one also works as well. Next up is the Motorola V120T on TracFone. This one's untested. I don't have a proper charger for this thing. So, yeah, moving on to the next one. This one is the Samsung SGH X497. This one is untested because I don't have a proper charger for this thing, and it's on Singular. Next up is this really messy Motorola. I don't know what this one is. And the back is really hard to come off, so I'm not gonna go through that pain. It is on Autel and it's untested. And what is all this crap in the charging port? I have no idea what that is, but anyways, yeah, this one's untested. I don't have a battery for it, so yeah, moving on to the next one. Next up is the Samsung SGH T259 on T-Mobile. It partially works because since this chunk is broken, the screens don't work. So yeah, moving on to the next one. Next up is the LG VX8360. This one's on Verizon, and some of it is faded. It does have a battery and it partially works. The screens don't work on this because one of the hinges are broken, and that really connects to the screen. So that's probably been cut. But the phone works, but it does turn on though. So yeah. Moving on to the next one. If I did sell this phone, I'd sell it for parts. It's not really worth fixing. So yeah. Moving on to the next one. Next up is the what is that crap? Yeah. This one is I'm not gonna open the flip phone because I don't want the chunk to fall off. But this one does have a broken hinge right here. This one is on US Cellular. It's a UX245. I think this one does have a name, but I just don't know the name to it. Kind of looks like the LG VX3400. But that'd be the Verizon portion of it. So anyways, we're going to be moving on to the next phone now. Oh, this one partially works. The screens don't work because that chunk is broken. It connects to that one, as I said to the other one. So anyways, moving on to the next phone, I mean. This one is a Motorola C331. This one's on Singular. It's untested because I don't have a proper charger for this thing. So anyways, moving on to the next one. Here's another Motorola. This one is a i415. And yeah, it's untested. This one is on Boost Mobile. So yeah, it's untested though, so I can't really test it because I don't have a proper charger for it. So moving on to the next phone. Next up is this Nokia something. This one is a Nokia 6610. This one's on T-Mobile. And it's untested because I don't have a battery for it, but I do have the charger for it. So yeah, I just need a battery. So moving on to the next one. Here's the Motorola something. The batteries were corroded, so I had to tank them out. Oh, and some of the terminals are broken, so I can't really test it out because I don't have proper batteries for it. So moving on to the next one. This one's an unknown carrier, so it's the V series. That one, so I don't know what it is. This one is the Uniden BT905. It has a 5.8 gigahertz. I only have the power cord to the charger, but I don't have the charger to it, so I don't know if it works or not. Anyways, that's all the classic phones. So now we're moving on to the smartphones. But first things first is that I gotta check on that Samsung real quick. It's at 26, so it should be good enough. I have the data transferred from the A32 5G. So, yeah, we're gonna start off with this one first, since it's in my hand right now. This one is the Samsung Galaxy J7V. This one's on Verizon. I have an encryption lock on this thing. Anyways, this might take a little while since it doesn't have much battery left, so I hope this goes quickly. I gotta be in bed soon because I gotta go to church tomorrow. Oh, and I need to be well rested. So I'm just gonna set this off to the side for right now. It might take a little while. Okay. Now I think I might be able to turn it off, I think. This phone is really laggy. Alrighty, there we go. Alrighty, next one is the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 on Sprint. Most of these smartphones are dead because I haven't charged them, so expect most of them to be dead. So anyways, this is the Galaxy Note 2. This one's on Sprint. And yeah, it's dead though, but it works. Next up is the HTC Thunderbolt. This one is on Verizon. The battery is dead, so yeah, it does work though. It's just dead. Next up is the Samsung Galaxy S6 on Verizon. I only have one. I also only have one HTC. I need to buy more HTC phones. But yeah, this one's dead, but it works. Anyways, next up is this ZTE Maven 3 on AT&T. Yeah, it works. The battery's dead though. So yeah. Yeah. I have two of them. But anyways, this is the ZTE Maven 2. This one's also on AT&T. The battery is dead as well. Next up is the LG G4 on Sprint. This phone works. The battery might be dead though. So yeah. Next up is the Samsung Galaxy S7. It works though. It's on Verizon. I'm not at Verizon, I mean AT&T. It does work though. So anyways, next up is this Motorola Droid Max. This one works properly. It works, but the battery's dead. It's also on Verizon. Yeah, the battery just died. Anyways, next up is the Samsung Galaxy A01. The Yeah, that phone is dead. Yeah, this one is locked track phone. It has a dead battery, so it can't turn on right now. Next up is the Samsung Galaxy S4 on Verizon. This one works. The battery is dead though. Next up is this iPhone 6. This one works. I think it's locked to Verizon. I'm not too sure. Next up is the iPhone 7. I think this one's also locked to Verizon. Most of these smartphones that I have are on Verizon. So anyways, yeah, it works. The battery's dead. I'll shut this off real quick. You know what? I think it will come back soon. And I will follow that suggestion. So, anyways, yeah, moving on to the next phone. So, yeah. Next up is this iPhone 4 or iPhone 4S. I don't really know. It works though. The battery's dead though, as you can see. It has the dead battery sign. So, yeah. Next up is the Motorola Droid Razr M. This one's on Verizon, and it works. The battery's dead though. Next up is the iPhone 5S. This one works. The battery's dead, as you can see. Here's the other iPhone 5S. This one works. The battery is dead. It doesn't have enough charge to show the dead battery sign. So yeah, that's how dead it is. It's too dead for it to work. Next up is one of these iPhone 5s. I'm not going to bother turning them on because one of them could be boot looping. I mean one of the black ones. Here's another one. This one either is boot looping or dead. Next up is the Samsung Galaxy Core Prime on Verizon. This one still isn't dead. I'm surprised. Because I have not charged that phone in a while. Next up is my backup phone. Yeah, next up is my backup phone. This one is the Samsung Galaxy A32 5G. This one's on T-Mobile. Here's my old backup phone. This one is the Google Pixel 2 XL. This one does work. The battery's dead, but one thing is that it has a bad charging port, so you gotta plug it in a certain way. I have to have it at that angle. Oh, whoops! Bumped the tripod and it almost fell over. I gotta stop bumping into it. This one is locked to Verizon, but I can't really show you that because the battery's dead. It's gonna be a pain to charge though, so yeah. Next one up is the iPhone 4. I think this one's the 4S. This one works. The battery's dead though. Here's my very old phone. This one's the iPhone 5. And this one does work. The battery's dead though. Next up is the iPhone 6s Plus. This one works. The battery appears to be dead though, so. Moving on to the next one. This one is the iPhone 3GS. About the unboxing ones, don't worry. Those videos are not dead at all. Well, I just haven't bought much. So yeah, here's the iPhone 3GS and 16 gig. This one's at the setup screen, and it says I have to have a SIM card to set it up. That's just stupid. But anyways, yeah, I don't have a SIM tray that fits it. I think it used to have one, but I think I lost it somewhere. I don't really know where it's at. Anyways, that background on the pillow, that's my Nintendo 3DS over there. Nothing really special over it, so yeah. Moving on to the next one. Here's the other iPhone 3GS. This one works perfectly. The battery's dead though, so can't show you that it works. So I can't show you that it works. Next up is the LG Spirit 4G on Claro. This phone works, but the battery's dead, as you just saw. Here's the other ZTE Maven 3. This one does not have a battery. It used to, but it got bloated, so I had to throw it away. Anyways, here's the iPhone 6s. This one has a very cracked screen, and it does not work. Here's the last iPhone 4. And if it's powered on, if you press on this too hard, the flashlight comes on. That's pretty strange though, so yeah. Yeah, either the power button, I don't know which button doesn't work, but it's either the power button or the home button. It's either the power button or the home button. But I can't really tell because the battery's dead. So yeah. Next up is the Nokia Lumia 920. Oh, it actually turns on. I thought it was dead. This one's on AT&T though. It's a Windows phone. Here's another one. This one's the Nokia Lumia 930. This one's on AT&T, and it does work, and it's just in a boot loop, and I can't really factory reset it. I guess the memory's corrupted. I'm gonna have to turn this one off. If it lets me. There we go. And last smartphone is the black iPhone 5. This one works. The battery appears to be dead. So anyways, onto the tablets now. I'll be right back. Just have to grab them. Yeah, and also in here, it's just a bunch of, this is just a bunch of random crap in here. Anyways, here's my current tablet. This is the Samsung Galaxy Tab A7 Lite. It works perfectly. This one's on Verizon. Here's two Kindle Fire, Amazon Kindle Fires, 5th gens. These both work. The batteries are dead. I have not charged these in ages. It's been like a million years since I charged these. Not exactly, I was just being sarcastic with it. It's been like 2 years. Next up are these two Samsung Galaxy Tab 4s. They're both on unknown carriers, but they do work. This one is dead. The only problem with this tab, well, my current one, is that it takes forever to power up. Next up is it takes long as a TiVo startup. Also, go check out that video if you haven't seen it. It's been posted like a few years ago. Yeah, both of these are dead though. Next up is the Kindle Fire HD 2nd Gen. This one does not work. Next up is this iPad 3. This one's already turned on. I only use it to play old games on here that are not available on my current one, or don't work at all. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for this video. Don't forget. Hold on, wait. I forgot one more. This was my old tablet. This is an iPad 6th Gen. The reason why I got a new one is because the battery sucks on this thing. I think the battery's dead. Yeah, the battery's dead, so yeah, that proves how much the battery sucks. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for this live stream. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for more notifications. I miss out for new videos like this one. And I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and before I end this video, the reason why I do live streams is because to make phone collection videos, because I don't want to fill up my storage completely on this phone. So anyways, yeah, what I'm recording with is my main phone, which is my iPhone 15 Plus. So anyways, peace.